Hello, everyone. I was missing you all, um, and I'm sad that we have to meet for these circumstances that have taken over the planet um, and over our hearts. But I'm also happy that we have practiced together these chants, that we are ready to do it. Uh, so somehow the practice that we have done since COVID started 2 years ago. We are ready. And I'm very happy that Roshi sent me a posting by Lama Soltrim Alione, which has been always my mentor in these practices. And also she's a friend of Roshi Shishin. And she started a campaign promoting the practice of this Tara. Her name is Jule Gyalji. Um, she's Tara number 13th, and she's very wrathful. We'll talk about what wrathful is, but we are also very happy in being able to join Lama Soltri Malione in this campaign of practicing this Tara, and that we were ready to do it. Um, the campaign, of course, is to stop the war in Ukraine. So I want to introduce Noble Lady Tara Julia Gialgi, and Roshi has the my drawing plus Lama Soltrim's picture of her. I hope you can see her face, and then you'll see by wrathful. We cannot really see her wrathful face, but she's really wrathful. She's showing all her teeth, but also her fangs, her ferocious fangs. And she's dark red in color, really dark red in color. And she protects all beings from war, fights, and stops destruction caused by anger and aggression. So she seemed to be a perfect match and the perfect antidote to what's happening these days with Russia invading Ukraine, which is unbelievable. It's beyond words. Lama Soltrim urges us to become the dark red fierce, very fierce, 13th Tara, Jule Gyalji. And on top of her Upala flower, you know that's the blue lotus flower that it's known for having healing properties or soothing properties. There is a Vajra, and you can see that better in the picture of Soltrim Alione. There's an inverted Vajra that have open prongs. And this Vajra is flaming. Yeah, it sparks with fire and light. Sparks of wisdom light emanate from this Tara's body, and you can see that in my drawing. These the flaming sparks of light of this very, very wrathful Tara. And with this wisdom light, she stops anger, aggression, conflict, and wars. She said to surround beings, and I want to visualize all those beings in Ukraine who are suffering in this time. I have seen very old people whose apartment building has been bombarded, and my tears had just flown, or seen, newborn babies in really precarious conditions. So we can visualize at this time all these beings being surrounded by this protective tent of Vajra symbols. The Vajra is like as strong as diamond. It cannot be broken up. So we can visualize this tent of Vajras protecting all beings in Ukraine. They're indestructible. And I say that this Tara is extremely wrathful because she dances, although these ones are sitting down, but in her spirit, she dances in a garland of flames, powerful enough to destroy the whole universe. That's how powerful she is. But don't think that she's dancing in these flames out of anger, or that there is any aggression on her heart. She transforms all these powers that she has into great love, able to save the whole universe. So with great power comes great transformation. And I want you also, if you have any feelings of resentment, of anger, or aggression, to transform that into great love, into great love. And we send that love to the conflict with Russia and Ukraine, not just to Ukraine. And this is the great teaching here, the power to transform our biggest power of anger and aggression into great love, and to send it to all of those implicated into this conflict, including the leader. Because we all possess the Buddha nature. That's our nature. So we transform our anger and resentment and fear into great love, and we send it to everyone involved in this conflict. The sparks of wisdom light that emanate from Tara Jule Gyalje, the sparks of wisdom light that emanate from her body, and the Vajra go to the place of conflict in Ukraine, stopping anger, aggression, conflict, and war. And we have to visualize this. We have to see this. That's the important thing, that we see it. to see this Tara, with all powerful, dancing in a garland of fire, of flames, and transforming all this power into great love, like we can do. She's only a reflection of our power and the power of our own transformation, of anger, confusion, and fear into great love for all beings. All beings is all beings, not just the beings that we like. It's all beings, especially those that we like the least, because they need this love and compassion the most. So she can be very wrathful because there is not a self. There is no an independent self there, not even independent from us. She is us. She's our deepest nature. And she's wrathful because there is not a self, because she is completely empty of ideas of right and wrong. She just loves all beings so much that she can dance in a garland of flames. And these flames transform in wisdom lights that reach beings everywhere. The beautiful thing with visualization is that we do it all the time. But sometimes we are too strict with us, and we think that visualization, we're gonna see things like we see in the material world. But it's not like that. These are lights. These are wisdom lights. She's made of light. She's all light. Even the flames that she dances within and without, these are lights. These are wisdom lights. So we see light in a subtle way. Whatever we see, that's what it is. That's the perfect way to see it. We are not gonna see with all those details. We see, a purple, dark red silhouette. That's great. We see flames around this purple silhouette. That's great. That's it. Can we see the flower and the open Vajra emitting light on the flower? That'd be great. But it's not even necessary, whatever you see. Because the most important thing is that we can transform all our emotions that we are feeling right now, all the conflicting emotions that are feeling right now, into great love for all beings, included in this conflict. And then we are going to recite this mantra as many times as time allows. And the mantra in particular for this Tara is the part in green. The part in black is always for all the Taras. There are 21 emanations of Tara. This is number 13. Tara Jule Gyalji. So this mantra reads like this. Om Tare Tutare Ture Vajraswala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Svaha. Om Tare Tutare Ture Vajraswala Pet Pet Raksha Raksha Svaha. And Roshi has the recording that I was able to do it last night. And then we were able to get hold of Eddie Lee, and he made the music. He's always the magician that transformed my bad singing into a reasonable singing. And then Roshi also, who was feeling really sick yesterday, was able to orchestrate it, that this happened today. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, Roshi and Eddie Lee, and all of you for joining us today, sending this wonderful energy to the conflict, Russia and Ukraine. Roshi, can we have the recording? Om Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Structure Rakshas Vaha Om Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Svaha. Om Tare Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Raksha Svaha. Om 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 Tare Ture Vajraswala Pit Pit Raksha Om Tare Ture Rajaswala Pit Pit Rakshasa Svaha. 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 Let's stay for a few minutes feeling the vibrations in our body of this mantra, this powerful mantra, and continue visualizing how the wisdom lights that emanate from Tara's body reach everyone involved in this conflict in Ukraine and Russia. And at the same time, all of those affected in Ukraine be surrounded by this tent of indestructible Vajras. Then we visualize also how these wisdom lights that emanate from Tara's body, which is our own nature, continue emanating, and this time they enter our own heart. And we feel this tremendous love for all beings involved in this conflict. Now Roshi is going to lead us in the prayer for peace and the dedication.
for peace. All Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, protectors of the Dharma, the three treasures, with all sentient beings, we lift our hearts to transform ignorance, violence, and suffering. May healing and peace prevail throughout the Dharma worlds. Mahaprajna Paramita. All Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, protectors of the Dharma, the three treasures, with all sentient beings, we lift our hearts to transform ignorance, violence, and suffering. May healing and peace prevail throughout the Dharma worlds. Mahaprajna Paramita. All Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, protectors of the Dharma, the three treasures, with all sentient beings, we lift our hearts to transform ignorance, violence, and suffering. May healing and peace prevail throughout the Dharma worlds. Mahaprajna Paramita. We dedicate the merits of this prayer to the flourishing of love in all countries, to the healing of the earth, to the peace of the world, to the wisdom of the people, to the compassion of our world leaders, and to the harmony of all beings.